shit! Howdy, gamers! How we doing today? I see we got a few of you in chat already. How are we feeling? How are we doing? How it be? How it is? To steal some good phrasing from my good friend Sir Peppers. How are we feeling? How are we feeling this evening? This dark night. Outlaw, hello A1RZ. Nice to meet ya. How are you feeling? How are we doing? Today is gonna be a fun little stream that we're doing today. We're so as you guys know, I've been developing a TTRPG with some help. What's popping games? Hello, Hammer Jackson. I've been developing a TTRPG, and what we're gonna do is right now we're gonna be making some spells. So feel free to leave your spell ideas in the comments. Hello, oh, you guys are hard to read. 1 second, Twitch. The 1 sec chat. YouTube chat. Trying to see you guys. Clean. What's up, Outlaw? Hello, Ryan Britt. Hello. I'm trying to make you guys easier to read. But you guys are a little dark, a little bit spooky, a little bit silly. I've been making my own TTRPG if you want to take inspiration. If you have ideas, feel free to leave them, but we got tons of ideas. Maybe if I make you guys bigger? Okay. Well, anyway. So, here are some of the spells that we have already. We got some spell ideas here. We got ripple spells, progression spells. That is anywhere I can just dump a PDF. Oh, you are way too large right now, my friend. Twitch chat. Because they're so big. Okay. I just want to make it so you guys it's easier to read. You guys, it's like I'd add a fucking contrast, a shadow setting. All right. Oh well. We can just dump a PDF. I feel like dumping a PDF. I can't really read all that. You know what I mean? Groovy Finley, hello. So, we're trying to build out the lower level spells because that's our bread and butter for shit. That's kind of what we like to see. We need the bread and butter abilities. Can put a gray box behind the chat. Yeah, maybe I can do boxed. Yeah, send a message. Send a message. See if it looks better. See if it looks better. Speak. I command thee. Command thee all to say random bullshit at once. Or forever hold your peace. Ah, fuck it. Oh. I see it. Outlaw is for Fireball. I see it, but it's not showing up on fucking chat. Because for some reason, YouTube chat is weird. YouTube chat is always a little bit fucking sketch. I know, right? But we're building out the spells. So far as you can see, we have a few spells already made and ready. We have level 1, Arcane Deflection. It costs 1 action point. It costs 1 arcane to cost. Is like the overall cost of it. Your range is okay, there we go. Holy shit, there we go. All of them at once. Okay, that's easier to read. On your turn, surround yourself with magical energy capable of deflecting and redirecting attacks. Roll your spellcasting secondary dice and add the number rolled to your evasion. If you're subjected to an effect that forces you to make a dexterity or strength save, you may add the additional secondary dice to the save. Additionally, creatures that target you with attacks must remove 1 secondary dice from their roll when targeting you. So, this is a really, really good ability to help keep yourself alive for spellcasters. Spellcasters are especially squishy in this game. The next, Dancer's Step. 1 action point, 1 arcane, self duration, concentration. From the Hex Dancer's playbook. Being light on your feet is a gift, but be ready when the other foot drops. Float an inch off the ground and begin to tumble and dance through the air. May add half your evasion to your armor while you remain mobile. If your speed is reduced to 0, the spell ends. This is just a good way to avoid getting the shit kicked out of you. Illusory Fake. This is a 2 action point trigger ability. Triggers an ally's hit with an attack. I should add the cost. Cost is 1 arcane. Are you playing music? Yes, it is. Target an ally has been attacked with and weave an illusory duplicate of them. The attack roll becomes a 50-50 on whether or not it will hit. So basically, if they get hit, you can reduce that to a 50-50. Really, really strong ability. Basically, we're trying to build out the bread and butter abilities of everything. We're trying to build out some simple, generic things that people can be casting all the time, regardless of whether or not it's useful. With that being said, we got a few more to add. Let me get out my notes app from my phone. Where art thou? Maybe some level 1 spells are commonly used for everyday situations and can be used in unique ways by smart players. That could be interesting. That could be silly. Stacks. Okay. Arcane Whelp. Spellbind. Alright, I need to add Spellbound. Spellbind. Guiding Strike. Trying to paragraph. Lamau. What do you mean by everyday abilities that can be used well by smart players? What? Why can't I hear anything? Oh, it's because my fucking headphones have been kicked out. I'm so dumb. There we go. Okay. Okay. What do you mean by everyday spells that could be used by unique ways by smart players? Things like smite. There's stuff like we got ourselves stuff like that. Here's a fun one that I made. I think it's really unique. Spellbind. All right, the time. Why is the font color off? Time. It's 2 action points. Cost. What about elemental missile, magic missile? With depending on insert, it can do different types of damage. Glue. Sharpened blade, a cleaning spell. Oh, that could be fun. That could be fun. 1 arcane. No trigger required. Range 30. 20 feet. Shape. Nah. Duration. Instant. Wait, are we able to make an anti-magic field with magic? I mean, that's D&D for you. God, when an ally makes an attack, small bonus and choice of small effect, make it risk reward. That's interesting. That's interesting. That can be fun. Send forth magical threads that restrict the target's movement and abilities. On cast, choose your thread type. Violence. 3 threads pierce the target, dealing 1d8 magical damage each. For each hit, apply a stack of wounds. Upscale. Cost 2 arcane. Or a spell that takes the place of a modern tool is a spell that acts like a duct tape or a calculator spell. I think we have the calculator spell. It's called Google. Upscale. Upscaling increases the number of dice and damage each thread deals and the number of wounds they receive by 1. Defensive. Oh, fuck. Third level enchantment, make a single target poop his pants, resulting disadvantage on attack rolls. Let's make the poop spell! Poop spell time! Choking wind. Create a 15-foot area of difficult terrain. And destroy their air space save or their movement is reached by 5 feet. I'm gonna throw ideas out. That's interesting. Doesn't do enough, you know? Pocket sand. Offensive. 1 thread pierces. 1 thread. Not bone. Bone! Bone! 1 thread pierces the target, dealing 1d4 magical damage. For each, oh goodness, I'm sloppy today. For each hit, reduce the target movement by 10 feet. Additionally, apply a stack of restricted. Fuck. There we go. Apply a stack of restricted. Restricted reduces the number of action points the creature recovers at the start of their turn to a minimum of 1. Upscaling. Increase. Upscale. Cost 2 arcane. Upscaling increases the number of threads by 1. Okay. In case you're wondering where I'm getting all this from, I have a document on my phone open right now that I'm currently reading off of. Maybe maybe our spell teleports you away from an AoE spell. I kind of like that. That's pretty strong, though. It's pretty strong, though. Not gonna lie, this elevator music slaps. The elevator music is Pokey and Chill by Game Chops. It's Pokemon music. Choking Wind, 10 feet, and they take 2 wounds. Now you're cooking, A1. Now you're cooking. Now I see why we make steak sauce out of you. Combustion vest. Gain 5 temp HP. When this temp HP is destroyed, deal damage in a 5-foot radius. I like that mechanically. I don't know if it's effects that give temp HP. It's in this game. A lot of stuff happens. It's very fast paced. It's a little bit faster than D&D in terms of shit that just happens. Like, you get hit with an effect and now you've got stacks and you have to react to that. Like, I think that's a little bit slow, if that makes sense. Proactive. What's proactive say? There we go. Send forth 3 threads to pierce the target. 1d6 damage per thread. For each hit, apply a stack of hindered. It is strong. What is strong, Shifter? Describe it to me. Hindered forces the target to roll a number of negative d4 secondary dice at the start of their turn and subtract that number from all ability checks, saves, and rolls. Upcasting. Upscale, because we're using different terms. Thank you, my brain. Upscale. Cost 2 arcane. If speed is an issue, what about a 1-hour buff spell? Control sound, depending on the level, could use a ventriloquist. A ventriloquist spell could be fun. Remove stacks instead of giving temp HP. Ooh, maybe it can give a stack that causes a combustion effect every trigger. That could be fun. Detonation like spell could be cool. Something like a shatter spell inflicts wounds based on how much damage is done. That could be interesting. I like that. I like that. Now you guys are getting in it. You guys are getting in it. The reaction, teleport away from an AoE. Yeah, third sounds good. Third sounds like a good level. What does upscaling just do? Increases the number of threads I'm gonna give this upscaling of 3. I think that's a 3 cost. Threads by 1. Okay. So, here is Spellbind, a bread and butter ability. Send forth magical threads that restrict the target's movement and abilities. On cast, choose your type of thread. Violence. 3 threads pierce the target, dealing 1d8 magical damage each. For each hit, apply a stack of wounds. Upscale. Upscaling increases the number of dice in damage each thread deals and the number of wounds they receive by 1. As someone who's just joined, can we get a recap of what have been accomplished so far? We have written this spell from my document. We're busy trying to make spells for stacks. My TTRPG. Sacrilegious. Take 2 wounds for this turn, deal an additional wound per hit. Ooh, I like that idea. Self-inflicting wounds. Wounds are really strong, though. Just to remind chat what wounds do. A wound means every time that you take an action or do an activity, might be the term that we're using, you receive a d6 in damage. So that could be good, but we need to be careful with that as well, because it could also just be way too. That would need to give you an extra. I think applying only an extra wound per hit, a little too low. This music's a bit loud. There you go. Okay. What else do I have? Can I have a quick rundown of the stacks within the game? I haven't been here much. Alrighty. Here are all the notes. Don't read them too hard. Here are some of the stacks that are already made. So, And this is the cleanse ability. Let me read you the cleanse ability. Cleanse. Nerve/arcane cleanse. I'm just looking through my list for my game. Nice. Been making for around 3 years. Hell yeah. Okay, so 2 action points. User may channel their innate supernatural prowess to clear their currently debilitating conditions. Roll your highest rank of secondary dice at the cost of 5 nerve or arcane and remove that amount of stacks from all currently afflicting conditions. Or you can use this feature to end a non-stack effect by spending an amount of points equal to or more than the amount spent to affect you. This may add an additional secondary dice to cleanse for every 2 arcane or nerve points spent. So this is just like how you get rid of your effects. For a second I thought I kicked out my headphones, but it was just the beat drop. Instantaneous. Here are the stacks. These are instantaneous. So there's no necessary trigger. They just, at the end of your turn or at the start of your turn, the effect happens. The effect triggers. Healing stacks. Heal X amount at the end of your turn. Heal XD4 at the end of your turn. Dice value goes up with casting. I think this is stacks of regen now. I think this is what they are called. Stacks of regen. Heal X amount, X D6 at the end of your turn. At end of turn, have stacks of regen. Okay. Are positive stacks a thing? Things that heal you, increase movement? Yes. Minor wounds. Afflicted target takes XD4 stacks in damage at the end of their turn. This is like a holdover from a previous thing. We haven't updated this in a bit, but like we're just keeping it just in case. Question answered, never mind. Bleed. Afflicted target. Wounds. Afflicted target take XD6 in damage whenever they spend action points. Bleed. Afflicted target rolls XD6 at the end of their turn and receives the amount rolled in slashing. The target then doubles the amount of stacks. Rust. Target reduces their armor by X. High level spells and abilities might add multiple. Anti-magic. Afflicted creature's spells are downcast by X. Magic Drain. Affected creature rolls XD12 at the end of the turn and adds it to C. Once C exceeds our... Oh, this is a count-based one. I need to move this. You're in the wrong spot! Okay. There we go. You were in the wrong spot, Magic Drain. Get out of here. Adrenaline. If in combat, once a creature has hit half hit points, they get a max number of stacks of Emboldened equal to the number of received in the damage received slash their primary stat. The creature regains XD8 nerve at the beginning of the turn. For every instance of damage received below half hit points, gain a stack of Adrenaline equal to the max of receiving primary stack. Overcharged. If in combat, once a creature has hit half their hit points, gain a number of stacks of overcharge equal to the damage received. The creature may now upcast spells by X. For every instance of damage received below half hit points, stacks of overcharge, damage received, primary stat, blah, blah, blah. Drain. Afflicted creature reduces target stat by X when this stack is applied. Burning. Afflicted creature rolls XD6 at the end of their turn and receive the damage in fire. After this, remove a stack. Afflicted Frostbite. This is another count-based stack, but I kept it here for a reason. Hi. Hello, Smoke. Hello, Zeke Morningstar. Siphon. Afflicted creature loses XD12 points and the user gains half the amount siphoned. Fizzle. Afflicted creature rolls XD4 at the end of the turn and loses that many arcane slash nerve. Static. Afflicted creature takes XD6 lightning for every 5 feet moved. Charged. Afflicted creature XD6 lightning damage when receiving lightning damage. It will also deal XD6 more damage. Upon receiving or dealing the damage, clear stacks. Hindered. Creature rolls XD4 at the start of the turn. Reduce all the times you roll for the turn by that amount. Disregard. Take the bleed and bleed from an ally. Take the bleed and bleed from an ally on an ally turn that gain adrenaline overcharge equal to bleed times 2 your attack. Cries from some support cards. Okay, I'm trying to parse this. This wasn't worded the best. So you take the bleed. And then you receive that in damage. Gain adrenaline and overcharge, and deal bleed times 2 equals to your. Take the bleed and wounds from an ally and turn that pain into your own strength. Gain adrenaline and overcharge, and deal bleed times 2 Some form of concentration. Ah, okay. So you're trying to make an ability that you target an ally. Are you trying to clear their stacks as well? Okay. Stacks unclear. Okay. Hindered. Proxy. The next time the afflicted creature is afflicted with a new hostile stack, convert all proxy into the new affliction. Restricted. Reduce the number of action points that are gained at the start of the turn by X. This means that they get to keep their action points from the previous round. Excess. Afflicted creature rolls XD dice rank at the start of their turn and receives that and damage. The stacks then clear. Sleep stacks. These are a bunch of count-based ones that are complicated and whatnot. Clear the stacks, take them for yourself, then deal the bleed you gain, and then double it into the damage you deal. That's a bit involved. Seems like a high-level thing. Clearing stacks is really important. So if you can clear your own for 5, I think other people can clear them for a little bit more. That sounds like a 3rd level thing. Clearing stacks and then giving them to yourself. Hey, Offbeat, what up? Okay. So back to the spell list. Okay. Okay. Next spell. Right now we're also really looking for just like, I know it's boring, but just bread and butter abilities. Is there a spell like Grease? Not yet. Let me just get this. There you go. Time, 2 AP. Cost, 1 cane. Range, then I can convert stuff from one alpha game to another. Fair. 120 feet. Shape. Not available. Duration. Instant. Any offensive touch spells yet? No, actually. I do have one in my documents, but I haven't made it. I haven't typed it up yet. Long Street like spell? Long Strider, you mean? What do you mean? Describe yourself. Shoot a bolt of lightning at a target. Roll to hit. On hit, roll a D4. That many creatures within 30 feet must make a dex save. On fail, must make an agility save. On fail, the creatures take full damage. On success, half. Roll to hit. On hit, deal 3d8 damage and roll a d4. And upscale. Upscale. Okay. Upscaling of cast. Control slime. A spell called like goo or something. Create goo and manipulate it. You want a goo spell? Drink alcohol, make other people drunk. Hinder enemies and make ropes. Goo. The goo spell. Upscale. For an I clicked off the bolt. For an additional arcane point, add an additional 1d8 to the damage. Once you have, if upscaled by 5 or more, also increase the damage dice to d12s. Okay. What do I meant for? Something to increase your speed. Gives you another free attack. We do have some speed-based abilities. That sounds really cool, Groovy. Change your vision type. I kind of like that. That's kind of neat. Spell converts damage you take into damage over time stacks. That could really fuck yourself over. Rather than just taking the initial damage, you turn into like stacks of bleed. And you'll just very rapidly die. That could be fun. Delay your damage. Okay, let's get that touch-based spell ready. Okay. Arcane Wallop! Time. 2 AP. Cost 1 arcane. Range. Touch. Shape. On YouTube instead of Twitch? Wild. I know, right? So silly of me. Use delay damage to definitely die later. A spell that transfers burn stacks to an opponent. Transfer hit point spell. Target must be friendly and willing for hit points to transfer. Yeah. I don't like transfer hit point spells because they don't... It's really hard to get value out of them, at least as far as D&D is concerned. Maybe it'll be better in this game. Shape, not available. Duration, instant. Coat a limb with magical energy and make an attack with that limb as part of the action. Add 4d8 in magical damage to the attack. Oh, my cat says hi, everyone. Hell yeah, dude. You may add d8s to the attack roll instead of the damage roll in any combination of dice. Target hit with this attack must make a strength saving throw or be afflicted with the stacks of disruption equal to 2 times the level spell slot spent. Okay. A target hit by this attack must make a saving throw or be afflicted with stacks of equal to 2 times the scale of spell. Scale. To add on to Drake Tamer's idea, maybe a delay stack damage for a few turns, but you suffer all the effects later. Also, do we have an equivalent spell to revival spells yet? No, not yet. We're still very much building out those low-level bread and butters. They were definitely getting there, though. I feel like you guys don't like the bread and butter spells. You guys are trying to do lots of really cool stuff. But I'm like, guys, we need a basic meta. Oh shit, my food is downstairs. This is the worst. This is the worst thing that has ever happened to me. Okay. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab my food. I'll see you. And I'm back! And I've got pizza now. I'm gonna eat it with a fucking knife and fork. Because I don't want to get my computer all greasy. You heathens. So I'll use as a reaction. Converts all the damage you take for a turn. Slightly higher amount of damage in stacks. Stacks already deal so much damage. I think that would be too much. You would die. What pizza? Pepperoni from Pizza Hut. It's a concentration spell, so the damage you take gets stored and damages you slowly. Ooh. I kind of like that. So it's more of a... You store the damage into the spell, and then once you release the spell, that's how many stacks you get. So... Just get a calzone then? No. I wanted a pizza. Go fuck yourself. Do whatever you do to need to be good. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting me, Funky Mr. Chicken. The issue with that is you can have one idiot running around concentrating on a spell until a fight and one-shot the BBEG. Wait, how? Because like you're concentrating on the spell, then you're about to receive that in damage, and then out of nowhere then you get fucked. Oh, I'm dumb? Okay, yeah. Yeah, you can't give them to anyone. You just have to deal with those stacks that you receive. They're just yours now. A calzone is just a pizza that's folded in half. And they're all gonna be the same then in my belly. They will never know that I ate it with a knife or a fork. Good evening. Good evening, Mortos. Good evening, Mortos. Why would you like Mortos? We have X or more bleed stacks. You gain 10 feet of speed and extra attack. Your attacks give extra effect. I think if you have one bleed, I think you need... Because even one bleed is one too many. For every bleed stack, you have an extra 10 feet of speed and an extra attack. Concentration spell allows you to absorb stacks to inflict them on someone else. That could be interesting. I definitely want to make the way to deliver stack to like absorb or reduce stacks to be very limited though. Calzone is just a boutique hot pocket? Do you mean a bourgeoisie hot pocket? Because boutique is like small. This zombie hitting the spot, dude. Mmm. Make a save or be frightened. That could be interesting. How strong is bleed in this? An extra attack is warranted by 1. Okay, maybe an extra, because like, are we talking bread and butter or pumpernickel and butter? We're talking bread and butter. I need some bread and butter abilities, alright? You guys are jumping straight to pie. I committed to it. I'm proud of you. You know what? I'm proud of you. Bleed, it's the same as it is in PB game, where it's 1 is, 1 stack, deals D6, and then it doubles. But, it's much harder to get rid of stacks once they're on. So, like, getting too many is a death sentence. That will grow so quickly. You gotta be very careful with bleed. Basically, once you have as many stacks of bleed as a third of your health, that's a death sentence the next turn. And by that point, you're probably already dead. You know? At least that's what I think. Upscale. 2 AP. Increase damage by 4d8. Some kind of stickiness, necrosis. Okay, let's do the stack delay. I like, let's call it time dial. Time dial. Two AP. Cost. 1 arcane. Range. Self. Shape, important. Duration. Concentration. 1 hour. Cloak yourself in a bubble. Warp reality around yourself for the duration. All stacks that could be dealt to you. All stacks based conditions you gain a stack of paused. No idea what's being discussed here. I'm just here to learn to make aggressive pizza-related food commentary. That's dope. We are busy making stacks, my TTRPG. And we're busy making some spells. Basically, I'm looking for bread and butter spell abilities and ideas that effectively make it... that build up the base of the game, if that makes sense. You gain a stack of paused. With a... of paused. All other stack cannot go up or down. This also means cannot gain stacks. You have this stack as long as you have as long as you on this spell. Additionally, oops, nope. While you have this stack of paused, you may many things that won't affect you. Damage is converted into stacks of proxy. Have a cure wounds or healing word parallel? We don't have our healing spells yet, no. Spell does no damage, but a good amount of damaging stacks. We do actually have something similar, I think, right now. Two stacks. Has this game had an alpha beta playtest? We've had a few alpha playtests. Not even close to the beta stages yet, but we definitely had I played a few alpha games, and the mechanics are really fun. Converted into stacks of proxy. Addition will be applied once the spell ends. Additionally, your changed, and you cannot die. Once ends, apply all stacks of proxy. Stacks an acronym or something, or is it just stacks? It's just stacks. It's just the name of the condition system that I made that inspired how this game would eventually play and be played and whatnot. Can I get a rundown of how healing works, please? I forgot. You get healing. What do you mean? What do you mean? The number go up. I don't know what that means. Do you mean stacks of regen? That's because that's its own thing. That isn't healing. That's its own ability. This spell could easily be very broken, but it could also be really funny. Is there anything that builds up stacks toward a function similar to encumbers for each stack, movement speed, or any physical check gets reduced in efficacy? Yeah. Like, are there special rules? No, you just heal. Like, you just get healing. There could be special stacks that you apply that then do the healing, but you can just heal people. I'm trying to reduce my sugar intake by doing zero sugar Coke. But it's they're not as fizzy and it annoys me. They run out of fizz faster. It tastes similar. Similar is the key word. All the stacks build up to something specific. Well, there's two types of stacks. There's instance and count-based stacks. Let me read you a count-based stack. Inflicted target rolls XD12 stacks at the end of the turn and adds them to C. Once C exceeds their current health total, they fall asleep, and C is reduced to 0. So these are count-based stacks. So some of these build up to a condition, and then some of them just do something on the turn on the thing that they're like as they happen. Like bleed, you take the damage. 2 points. Ah, shit. That means Lexi found that I forgot to throw out my contact lens containers. Damn it. Temporary restoration, where the target were to take damage until their turn, they gain HP equal to the damage they would have taken. It's a little too strong. It's like invincibility, basically. You want to be careful with giving other people invincibility. If you're giving yourself invincibility, it's one thing. Giving someone else invincibility is not good. I'm trying to cut sugar. I just drink unsweet teas. Yeah, I drink lots of tea as well, but I just like the taste of Coke. You know, it's a good flavor. It's a good, refreshing taste. Okay, they nailed it. They killed it. They killed the game. Okay. Okay, time dial. I like that. I really like that spell. Thanks, guys. Alrighty, let's keep a looking. Maybe this art gains HP to amount equal to the amount of stack that they have. That could be something. That could be something. Maybe a spell that converts half of their current stacks into stacks of regen. So that way you can reduce like their bleed or like their wounds, and then they can also regenerate some of their health. That could be something fun. Okay, I want to also do arcane combo. Okay, yeah, let's do arcane combo, and then I think we've got enough. Then I think we have some basic bread and butters because we have some defensive options. We have some defensive stuff. We have some damaging stuff, and we'll have like a ranged stuff. Ah! Give me a heart attack.
I thought you knew I was here.
No, I didn't. I was thinking. I was thinking really hard.
I just thought you were so focused on talking you didn't turn
No,
around.
I didn't know you came in.
Oh my god.
You got bamboozled? Yes, I got bamboozled. My boozles got bammed, dude.
Oh my god. Hey chat.
Hey, Chad, say hi to Lexi, my
Chat.
partner.
If you guys give money, we'll name a character or spell after you in stacks. Donate $100 or more.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I guess we will. I do. I would love some tea, thank you. One second.
Also, I clip that.
Yeah, you can clip things on YouTube now. Do it. Oh god, nearly fucking died, dude. Yeah, I think we've got some good bread and butters now. I think we do. I just need to do one more, and then we'll move on to second level spells. And maybe we can start getting a little bit more silly. We can increase the silliness by like a touch. One AP cost, one arcane. These are my ends. I came into this late and have minimal knowledge, but are these stacks inherent to the game's function? Are they spell dependent? Do you need cast to be in stacking? Do you generate stacks? So stacks are conditions in this game. So we basically don't have regular conditions. We have stacks. That give you conditions. So conditions can be applied through a variety of ways. Some of the martial-based classes can apply stacks by smacking you in the face. There's regular attacks, there's basic attacks, there's spells that can do them. Some of the spells can only, the stacks is a very broad term to define every single possible condition that is tracked by a stack. The stack is, you have a number that is applied to you. That number dictates how many you have in stacks, and then the stacks do a thing in accordance with that number. So if you have 5 stacks of bleed, that means you roll 5d6s at the end of your turn. You take that in damage, double your stacks. Like, all the stacks do different stuff. Okay, range for arcane combo is self. Shape, nah. Duration, I believe it's concentrate. 1 round. One round. Auntie. That's what I was saying. Until start turn. Thorns effect? Ooh, I'm following now. Thank you. You're welcome. Would a spell that multiplies stacks be too much? That'd definitely be a higher level spell. But not too much. Because once you start getting to higher level, basically, to give you guys an idea of the how we want this game to be played, is we want players to be buffing each other, debuffing the enemies, and then executing a plan for the kill. So it's a little bit more strategic than D&D. There's like a given play style for how you might want to play. Yeah. Okay. Coat a limb in magical energy. Weapons you use limb deal an extra 2d8 damage. You may choose to add the damage instead in any combination of dice. If you choose to coat a limb without a weapon, you may choose to attack with that I love you limb choose to coat a limb without a weapon. You may choose to attack the limb a single action point. If you have the extra attack feature, this spell adds an additional attack to that action. Upscale. For 5 arcane, you may make an additional attack as part of your attack action. Up to a maximum of 3 extra gained from this spell. Okay. So is Shape Goo a go or a no-go? Look, Shape Goo, it might just be too powerful right now. if it's like a flavor thing, I don't want to make it a spell necessarily. Like I might just make it like a cantrip or something. I gotta add an additional stack of any existing stack of your choice on a target. That could be good. An additional stack of any choice. That could be very silly because there's some really bad ones. 69 minutes of stream. Hey, let's go. Compression, increase the enemy's highest stack by 5 times the spell level cast. The highest stack. I mean, control slime. You know what? You guys really wanted it. You guys keep on talking about it. We'll add control slime. Okay. Control slime, okay? Or shape goo. Fucking morons. Are you happy? Arcane. Range. 30 feet. Shape. Circle. 15-foot radius. Duration. Concentration. 10 minutes. This should include soap and syrups? No. Choose a viscous... Now, I guess it could. A viscous liquid you can see within the range. You may now shape it as you please and apply the following. Any combination for the duration. Harden. You may harden the goo. Shape. You may make shapes with the goo, including complicated things like stairs and cannons. Harden the goo. The goo has the hardness of a block of cheese. Be careful. Slick. Sticky. The goo is of glue. Creatures caught in the goo must make a strength save. On fail, gain 1 stack of restricted and 1 stack of hindered. That isn't water. If there is no goo in range, you create a sticky. You create the goo yourself, but may only use the sticky feature. There. So we have like a grease-like spell, but it's goo. Oh wait, I can make this. This is an upkeep feature. Upkeep. If you are using the sticky feature, the number of stacks applied increases by 1 on your upkeep. Nice! Alright, we have Shape Goo. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is level 1. Okay. How do I feel about this, guys? I kind of like it. I think we got some good spells. We got some defensive spells. We got some with Dancer's Step and Arcane Deflection. We got Illusory Fake. Spellbind for some offense, Lightning Bolt, Arcane Wallop, Time Dial for more defense, Arcane Combo, and Shape Goo for control. I think we got a really solid first list of level 1 spells. Good job, everybody. Okay, okay. Can't wait for the extra books to add power creep. I think healing is required. Ah, fine. You're right, you're right. Okay. Let's give a... Grant Vigor will be our healing spell. Time. Make the time 1 AP. Arcane, range, 60 feet. Shape. Duration, instant. Choose a creature in range. How does dying work in this game? We're still figuring that out because we're not sure if we want to make it stacks or not. Healing slap. Elemental augmentation. I want to make that higher level because I think we can do some really cool stuff with that. Choose a creature within range. Roll. This game where do actions truly have consequences? In this game, dying is gonna be common. In fact, I think if you play poorly, you're gonna get punished really bad. If you play well, you won't get punished as bad and you probably won't die. This game is gonna be though, because what are you supposed to do if you have 358 stacks of wounds? Like, what are you supposed to do? Your only option is to die. Like, I think it's pretty commonplace to die in this game, at least at low level. I kind of had to nerf the monsters in my playtests a bit. Get a target choice equal to the HP of the amount lost. No, that's way too niche for low level. Roll 3 1d8 plus spellcasting modifier secondary dice. And heal them for that amount. Death store stacks each time you get up from 0 until rest. We have talked a lot about that. We actually really like that. No, you can use a Revivify, then you cancel death. That's not in this game yet, so heal them for that amount. Upscale. Does dying with Death Ward count as the or do stacks stay on the corpse? Death stacks or anything like that would stay on the corpse. Other things would not. Death would cancel all currently afflicting stacks. But unless we do something with death stacks specifically. Upscale. 5 arcane. Apply SD stacks of regen as well. What classes are there right now, by the way? We have two classes with 2 subclasses each. We have the warrior, and they have the bleed warrior and the tank, and then there's the hex dancer. They have the spell skimmer and the blitz runner. So, okay, I think this is good. Now we have healing. Hooray! We did it! Alright, gamers. I think that's gonna be me for today. So there isn't any spellcasting marshals. Not yet. But marshals get their own thing called nerve, which is basically spellcasting. Anyway, I think that's all for me for today. We just had a quick little stream. We built out level 1, guys. Look at that. Look at. Wait, let me move the screen. Look at that. Look at this. Look at all these spells we made. Isn't that neat? We got like Grant Figure. We got some cool stuff in here. Anyway, thank you all guys so much for watching. If you guys like this, please let me know. Let me know if you want to see more of me developing this game as we go. I hope you have a great